Okay, with number 7, you are looking for the lateral area. True? Alright. If I were to take this pyramid and I were to flip it right side up, I am going to be looking at it like that. For the most part. Sorry about the drawing, but that's the way that it works. Okay. So, and my bases are 7 and 7, and the interior height of this thing is 7, right? So that means that from the bottom of, from the top of this thing, I drop a perpendicular. And whenever I drop that perpendicular, that also becomes 7. Okay? But to find the lateral area of this thing, so here is 7. So to find the lateral area of this thing, doesn't it make sense that this pyramid right here is made up of that triangle just leaned over, right? And so whenever you lean that thing over, how many of those triangles are you going to have? 4. So you have to find the area of one of those triangles and then just multiply by 4. Does that part make sense? Okay. Again, if you're watching me do geometry, all I do whenever I approach a problem, I figure out my game plan first. I don't just start plugging in. Oh, hey, I got an equation. Let's figure out what I can put. No. Okay, don't do that. Just figure out your game plan first. My game plan is to find the lateral area. The lateral area is everything except what? The base. So I'm going to find the area of this one right here. So I'm going to pull that triangle out. Sorry for the triangle. And the base is how much? 7. But what's the area of formula for area of one of the triangles? 1/2 times base times height, right? And so my base is 7, and that's easy. But what's my height? And I can't say 7. I have to say whatever the slant height of this thing is. Does that make sense? So I got to find the slant height of this sucker. So now if I go over here on my triangle, I've got a 7, and I am looking for slant height. Okay? And so the best way to do that, here's 3.5. And what's going to happen is I got my triangle in here. Does that make sense? So I've got that inside triangle. So here we go with the 7 up top and the 3.5 down bottom. I'm going to be able to find my slant height. Did that make sense? I can draw it again if it helps. It's also better represented on number 9. So it may have been better to work number 9 before we did number 7. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Pythagorean theorem. Let's get that triangle out here. Okay, so my new triangle, my slant height triangle. How tall is my triangle here? My inside triangle. How tall is it? 7. What is its base? 3.5, right? And whatever I get for the hypotenuse is going to be my slant height. So someone, quick, calculator, square root of 7. Who? 7.83 is what somebody's saying. That's, I guess that sounds right. Okay, we'll go with that. Alright, so that's the slant height, right? So now I go back up here, and I say, hey, for one of my triangles, 1/2 of base times height. What is my base? What is my base? 7. What is my height? 7.83, right? If you're not concentrating, it's going to feel like you're going all over the board on this. Okay? Let me show you again what we just did. Let me show you again what we just did. I'm going to draw in different colors so nobody gets upset. Imagine that, getting upset over math. A lot of people do it. There's like fist fights and stuff over math. Okay, so here we go. So here's a 7, right? And I am looking for the slant height here. So in order to find the slant height, what I'm going to do is I take the height of the prism, of the pyramid, which is also 7, and I'm going to find the base of that triangle, which in this case is 3.5, because it was half of this whole base. So this right here is a slant height. So I did 7 squared plus 3.5 squared, square root of that, and I get 7.83. So my slant height is 7.83. So to find the area of this great big triangle right here, I did 7 times 7.83, and I get what? Does anybody get that? 27 point what? 27.41. Okay? But that's just one of the triangles. How many triangles do I have? 4. So I take that and I multiply it by 4. Now that is my lateral area. And anybody get that? 109 point who? 64, right? 109.64 what? Meters squared. Okay, does number 7 also ask for the surface area? No, just lateral area. Okay, any questions about number 7 before we turn it off? Are we good? Okay, we're good.